During the 1980s, a German company called EDS, or Electronic Design Studio, decided to make the Commodore 64 more business-like or to appeal to the educational market. Hence was born the EDS Commodore 64. These images are of Jan Jensen's EDS Commodore 64 and is part of his epic Commodore collection. Do you want to check it out? Okay, we're going to digress a little bit, but it's well worth it. Jan really needs to have a museum up and running to showcase all of his collection to show to the public, because you notice some special items in there. There's a C65, there's the golden Commodore 64, there's the VIC-20 that's signed by Michael Tomczyk, and so much more. Wouldn't you agree? This collection is huge. This should be set up into a Commodore computer museum. Hopefully Jan can do this. I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but I just love seeing people's collections of Commodore computers, don't you? If you want to help Jan get his museum up and running, and wouldn't you want the public to be able to see this beautiful collection? If you want to help him, there's a link in the description below for his website and you'll be able to get hold of him through there. You might notice on the left on his desk is a flight simulator, which was officially used for flight training to get pilots their pilot's license. Inside, what's running this flight simulator? A Commodore 64. How cool is that? Okay, back to the EDS Commodore 64. Gone are the piles of cables that litter your Commodore 64 desk, as everything is housed in the EDS Commodore 64 housing. What's inside is a Commodore 64 mainboard, two 1541 disk drives or 1570 disk drives, and also the power supply for the Commodore 64. The keyboard has an added numeric keypad. The housing is also the support for your monitor, but I'll get back to that in a minute because there's an interesting little story about that. Also on top is an indented space for your data set and also space for your floppy disk cases. The problem with the design with the EDS C64 was the monitors sat right above the two disk drives and interfered with the reading of disks, i.e. they wouldn't work. There was a slight flaw in the design. This didn't stop the owners of the EDS 64 though. They did their own modification by putting shielding on the upper inside of the housing. You might have noticed in this German ad for the EDS C64 that the C64 is referred as the VC64. In Germany, when the VIC-20 was launched, it was under the name of the VC20 because Vic sounded a bit like a rude word in German. And when the Commodore 64 was launched, at least for a while, they continued with that modification of the model number or model name C64 and called it the VC64. Interesting little point, hey? Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing some information about the EDS C64, but also Jan's collection. Again, if you want to help him, check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.